Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are doing a gold off-tank player. I believe we're mostly going to be looking at Zarya and some Hog. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do feel free to like and subscribe. That definitely helps me out. Or if you're looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what my rates look like, connect with other people that are getting coaching, or if you've got a buddy, you guys can both sign up, recruit a friend type thing. That'll get both of you 25% off of a lesson, all that good stuff. So let's see what our Zarya can do.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Strong. Bring it.
Okay, you're gonna personal there. I can live with it. No. We don't bubble. We don't bubble Sigmas when they've got their shift going. Their shift is gonna block it before it gets to our bubble. Yeah, you wasted more than half of that bubble.
See you later.
That one was okay. Okay, and I was about to ask what your plan for breaking this is, but Sig is illustrating your plan. So for you guys to win as what's really two off-tank, Zarya and Sigma, into this, you have to control off angles. You can't just push into this. You can't just expect to outpoke this, etc. You have to get multiple angle control, which your Sigma is now starting to do, so that he can get into a position where it's being correctly blocked by the Mei, but let's pretend this Mei isn't here, where he can apply some backline pressure, and that makes it awkward for the tanks, and they have to back out, etc., and that lets you come in, and then he can go over here, and you can go over here, and if they block him, you apply pressure over here, etc. You have to take advantage of your off angles, especially if you're running a double off tank like this. You can't just expect to, from head on, outpoke them, and eventually they'll back up.
Understood.
So this time you could shift her, and the reason you could hit him, you could shift your Sigma, and the reason you could do it is because that's not blocking freeze beam. Yep. Good. You don't have a bubble. You probably need to push on your next bubble cycle. But you need to tell your team, you have both bubbles back now, and you need to tell your team, okay, push. Now we're committing in. You actually got a nice resource lead. I don't know if you realize that, but you have a nice resource lead in terms of you have some good energy now. You've got multiple of them low health. You heard that the Reinhardt barrier just got extreme. I think you actually heard it break. If not, you saw it's in extremely poor shape. This is the moment to push. You have a resource advantage in terms of cooldowns, health, barrier, all that stuff. You need to be pushing off of this. You can't just do more trading here. Good. It's okay. You did get a limb, so you don't have to go crazy now with your push. You can consolidate your lead. That's totally fine. Yeah, we don't have to crazy push. We can consolidate our lead. But that's fine. Go get the Mega. Fine. It's fine. Good stuff.
My ultimate is charging. Objective A captured. Follow me. New defense point. Objective B.
It's okay. You melt those bubbles pretty fast. It's okay to spend ammo into them. You don't have to go, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to save all my ammo until I get around it. You don't have to. You can melt them. Well, did you want to break the pillar or not? Because you reloaded early if you wanted to break the pillar, and then you started to go around, and then you came back and went, no, I'm going to break the pillar, which is kind of funny. Good. You've got him. You've got him. Just melt him. Get the free ult charge. You had full health and you had personal bubble available. I get it. You're down your Hanzo, but you could have pushed that a little further. You could have been like, no, I'm willing to push this a little further. If I get in trouble, I just personal. If they may wall behind me, I can still probably get out this way. If I have to get out this way, again, I've got personal to help me get out this way. You wanted to push that Winston and to farm him a little better. Your Grav, charging your Grav is more valuable than any sort of support ult that they'll get in exchange. Your Grav is more valuable than the Nano or the Valk.
Best shot.
And even if it wasn't, it puts good pressure on them to be charging it.
Your best shot.
Okay. Earth Shatter is one of those things where you just pop both bubbles. You just use both of them immediately. You definitely had a window to save your Mercy there so that neither of you got shattered, and actually that would have saved your Zen too, because if your Mercy and you are bubbled, your Zen is shielded from that shatter and also doesn't get knocked over. But that's fine. That's just a reaction time thing.
Don't go back. Ready for battle.
Do you see your buddies in trouble out there? Yeah, you needed to drive them back, but now you immediately want to pivot to try and help. Good, but unfortunate. So you've got Grav, and you can potentially win this off of Grav. Unfortunately, your energy did get reset.
Understood. Understood. Thank you.
I am not a good loser. Group up. Join me. Group up with me.
Oh, that Hanzo. That Hanzo just getting out-sniped by fire strikes.
Bring it. Get in there.
Not sure what that projected bubble was about. You're going to want that back. Now you've used two bubbles, and you have 0 energy. Okay, you don't really want to push in, you're down someone, but you do want to get some energy here. So look for windows to get that without overcommitting. Okay, you don't have an angle to... Yeah, there you go.
Barrier is on.
Yeah, you're trying to force these bubbles too hard. All you got to do is go in here. Don't actually break the plane. You don't want to get Maywalled out, but step like here and start zapping them. And I promise, if you just start beaming them, right-clicking at them, etc., they will eventually get sick of even a low-energy Zarya beaming them, and they will start to shoot at you. Once you start taking, damage, then you can bubble, continue doing damage for a second, and then back out. Like that's how you do it. That's how you reliably get energy with your personal bubble. You're going to bubble your Zen, right? You're going to bubble your Zen? Oh, you don't have your projected. You're going to only bubble yourself. Okay.
Barrier is on you. Go.
Barrier is about to break. Barrier out of existence. I need help.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for battle.
Not sure what that personal was about.
Get in there.
And that projected was late if it was for the fire strike. And honestly, it would have been okay for the fire strike. Your Mercy is weak here. Or maybe she's weak because she took the fire strike. They didn't really have a way to come in, though, and get a finish other than that fire strike.
Dragon strike is ready.
Okay, so this is getting atrocious. We've used like 5 or 6 bubbles now and we have 0 energy. We got to be better. I've explained how to get good personal bubble. Now for how to get projected bubble, it's again when they're already taking damage, when there's already shots coming at them, when they're in a bad position, when they get walled off, when they're starting to get frozen, when you see Orion swinging at them. It can't just be I hope that they're going to take damage. Because, this really is atrociously a problem that is holding you back as Zarya if you can use 5 or 6 bubbles and not get any energy. Every bubble you use is either, hey, there's already damage coming at them and I can see the projectile heading towards me or the target I'm bubbling, or they're already taking damage. Maybe you can't see it because it's not projectiles, it's hit scan, it's Tesla cannon, whatever, but they're already missing health and the target is clearly still on them and the target won't be able to stop shooting them quickly enough, etc., etc. So you see the projectile in the air, or they are already missing health and damage is still coming their way. The only other thing that you're really using bubbles for is to like protect an ult like a missile barrage, etc., which guess what, damage was going to come their way, or to cure a bad status like someone is getting frozen, someone has been purpled. Occasionally you get into, hey, I don't want my Rhine to get discorded, etc., but he's also doing damage during that, etc. So the overwhelming majority of your bubbles should be in the first two categories, which means it's almost impossible. It is impossible to not get energy off of those. You're not missing health yet. I know you're in front. I know you're like, oh yeah, there's damage coming, and hopefully you're going to absorb this rocket, and that's going to get you, what, 22 energy? 16? 40. Okay, we got energy off of it. And the reason we got energy off it is because there was projectiles in the air. My preference would have been you'd actually let, sort of the first one hit you, so that they wanted to. They were more into coming at you with that damage, but that's fine. That was better. Good. That's okay, she's ulting, and she was discorded. You want to make sure she gets that ult off.
What?
And you probably just throw a Grav in there right now. It'll get 3, and he can't shield for the first second or two of it. The Reinhardt. That wasn't aimed particularly well. It's only going to get 1. We just used 3 ults to get 1 elimination. We just used 4 ults to get 1 elimination. It hurts. It hurts. Okay, so your Grav needed to be a little over. It would have gotten the Anna too, and it might have gotten the Reinhardt. The Reinhardt would have wanted to be in it as soon as the EMP was over so that he could shield, but it wouldn't have mattered because the Dragon would have gotten all of them. So that's painful. That's painful. Hopefully we're still going to get value out of the rest of our Grav, out of the rest of our Valk, and or this lift. Did you have to reload there?
What?
Again, we just open the angle a little more and we grab right here and we get both of them. Yeah. We swing right, we don't just throw it straight, we swing right. It's fine, you're using your personal bubble for your follow-up. Let's slow this down, I want to see this reload. Okay, you did have to reload here, that's fine. You're closing that angle, okay. And now you're taking a bunch of damage, you have no one to use a personal bubble on. You have your mercy healing though, so this Winston alone isn't threatening to you. The Pharah is, but the Winston isn't. That Sombra's not taking damage. I get it, feels like she should be, but she's not. Okay. So that's on you. Your team used 5 ults and didn't. Your team used 5 ults and didn't get a tick, but you had a super easy grab to hit there. Maybe not super easy grab there, but you had a pretty easy grab to hit there that then the Dragon got comboed into, etc. And the grab was set up by an EMP to make it easy for you. Like, you got to do better on those, and we explained how. Sleepy Hawk. Hacked Rhine that you can't take advantage of. Now you could, though. That's unfortunate. So you just have to read a little bit which way he's going. He was swinging, which means he's likely wants to be going forward, etc. You aired back as if he was backing up, but he was swinging. He wanted to go forward. You just get a little more predictive with those. Not a big deal. Swap to left click. Okay. Back to right clicks. Yep. He's hacked. Easy hook. Easy hook. Good. Good. play the angle. If your Orissa's playing there, that's fine. You want to play on this angle a little bit, you can retreat to your Orissa, but play this angle for now. No, you don't have to walk up from behind this. It was perfectly fine to walk up over here, but that's fine. You should now be able to punish the Winston that's coming in, and it'll be beautiful. Pretty sure you just reloaded with 4 shots there, but I could be wrong. It's frequently worth it to just break his bubble before you throw your hook. If he does get his bubble off, it does not take you very long to break his bubble with your shotgun.
I'm on fire.
Just took him out of it. Yep. Okay. Fine.
Team up for special attack. Initiating.
Okay, so by far the biggest thing so far is that cycle of bubbles that you just didn't get energy off of. And we've said, hey, you make sure that someone is missing health and people are still looking at them shooting at them, or you can actively see the projectile damage incoming when you use bubbles for the majority of your bubbles. And then the next thing would be, hey, the grav, you just gotta understand the range that your grav sucks in from a little better. It's not the giant grav that it was on the release of game, it's smaller now, but you can still have reliably gotten 2 of those. And 2 of those people cleanly wins you that team fight.
I'm taking care of you.
Fiskult привет. Hello. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Ready for battle.
Get in there.
Okay. Let's see how this bubble's going to be used. Okay, you can bubble it when he's charging like that. That's fine. I can handle it. It's not amazing positioning for bubble use we've had, but this is fine. Okay, we're gonna bubble him as he's swinging. No, they're bubbling as he's swinging. No, that's gotta be your bubble. Depth perception, help me? Oh, it's a bubble onto your soldier. Okay, fine. And you're going to melt this Zarya, and that's just fine.
Get in there.
A little panicky. You had plenty of ammo at 100 to handle that easily, but that's fine. 68. No. That was not a reload. That was a melt the echo in your face. That was definitely not a reload.
I am not a good user. My ultimate is charging.
I'm not as young as I used to be.
Do you have a real re-entry here? Yeah, okay. No. So that bubble was early if it was for your Reinhardt, which I'm assuming was supposed to be for your Reinhardt, not your Mercy. And also, hey, that bubble was on your Mercy. It needed to be on your Reinhardt. If you knew your Reinhardt was going to charge, I get wanting to bubble him early because he'll get out of bubble range. But A, there's a little delay when he starts to go for his charge that you can react to as he sort of sets for his charge. B, if he was swinging, he still had a couple steps to do before you wanted to bubble him.
Heroes never die.
Unfortunate. You could have, gotten some work done on the Zen rather than waking up the Zarya there. No. Is there attack visor or something going? Why do you think your Mercy is in danger and needs this? Is she rezzing? Is that what's going on? Oh, she's resing. Okay, that's fine. She's going for the res. I didn't realize that she was going to go for the res there. So yes, the bubble is fine.
Not a good idea. That makes me muttling. This fight is not over. Objective lost. My ultimate defense page. Objective page. Go, red sequels.
Okay, we're going to have a better grab this time. We are. We're grabbing when we don't have projected bubble for our Reinhardt, and we have personal bubble, which we didn't block the shatter with. We don't have high energy. Okay. It's not great, but you're kind of in a jam here. Okay, and you did get the bubble back in time. Good. Yeah, right. Some more right clicks and some more right click accuracy certainly wouldn't hurt. We've just got such higher order problems with, 5-6 bubbles in a row that he got no energy from. But you're right, some more right clicks would definitely help. You're AFK typing. Like, I know what that is. That's you typing something in chat. I promise you, chat doesn't matter and isn't worth typing in. If something was worth saying, you say it on voice comms. If you can't use voice comms, you refuse to use voice comms, well, I guess it just wasn't that important, which is fine. You don't need voice comms to win matches outside of organized play. In organized play, you absolutely do. Just do not waste your time with chat. If you want to put stuff in chat between rounds, I don't care, but do not waste your time with chat. That is effectively time with your hands off the keyboard while active match time is going. And Overwatch is very fast paced. Even if you're like, oh, it's between team fights. No, important things happen between team fights. Poke phases, staging, setting up concaves, like doing ult tracking, planning the next fight. Important stuff is always happening in a round of Overwatch. Too important for you to be typing. Good, yeah, nice right click right there. Good, good. No, why would you leave? You don't need to leave for any reason. In fact, you could push up further if you wanted. You could play from truck for a bit. You could even push up to here and right-click their entrance. Just make sure you get out in time. Like, that's fine. You could throw a couple right tricks and, hit one right-click on one person and then leave. Like, there's literally no reason for you to be leaving back to your spawn after you just got a team. No, we just wiped their team. Why would we go back here? We're here. We're only here. We are not 100%. We're only here. I want you to hit 3 or 4 right clicks as they're pushing back in. I don't want you to get caught out, but I want you to throw some right clicks and then back out. You can get very long range off of your right clicks. You can get ult charge, man. You can get grabs. Grabs are great. That's more typing.
My ultimate is charging.
Oh, look at all this space they got for free. Their Reinhardt got all the way from here. Could have taken a right click, even if it was just on the shield. Could have taken 2 right clicks. Then, once he got to here, you could have been positioned back here, thrown another right click or 2. Then, once he gets to here, you could get another right click from here. You just need to be in a situation where the hog doesn't get you. That's, the hog doesn't get you, and the echo doesn't, insta-gib you, and you don't get slept darted. Like, that's all very easy to do. You do it from pretty far away. These don't have to be high accuracy right clicks because you know that they have to break this plane. You know that they have to walk towards the point. It's easy to get, much more ult charge than you are off this. Yes, that's not your highest order problem, but since chat is talking about right clicks, I'll talk to you about why and how they work. No, don't do that just for a fire strike. You have to expect that other damage is also incoming for those to be worth it. Yeah, you can bubble that. He'll swing if you bubble him. Not sure why you hate him so much. Yeah, and you
That will
didn't
be
bubble
fun.
him for the first 2 swings, so he started to back off thinking he wasn't going to get one and wasted a bit of that bubble. That's on you. You don't have a projected bubble that you can give your Rhyme, so you might as well take the angle here. You might as well take the angle and just make sure that you bubble to block the hook. That might have given you a chance to get around this shield. At the very least, it gives you a chance to either zap the hog or right click and get both of these guys.
Enemy.
You hear that hook? You. No, you saw the hook connect on your Mei. You heard it connect. Why didn't your Mei get a bubble? Your poor Mei.
Never trust an old.
I'm on fire.
My ultimate is almost ready. Charging up.
Okay, so hog hook cooldown is one of those things that you need to be mentally tracking. As you get better and better at Overwatch, you start to track more and more players in the game in terms of their positioning, where they are, etc. Maybe you can't track where all 12 players are at once. Most people can't, and that's totally fine. But you start going, hey, I need to track where I know where I am. That's a freebie. I also want to track where my Reinhardt is. I also want to track where their off tank is. And I also want to track where their backline is. Okay, you are now tracking 5 players in this game. Cool. Maybe you level it up and you go, hey, I am also tracking where my Anna is so that I can peel her for her. Okay, you've leveled it up to 6. But once you get beyond that, you start to go, hey, I also want to track ult statuses. I, of course, know my team's ult status, but I'm going to start tracking my mirror's ult status. So we'll call that. Your mirror is the off tank, so that's hog. And I also want to track the defensive support ult. So that's the second thing that I'm tracking. So I know this. And you know what? Maybe I'm tracking the main tank too. Okay, now I'm tracking 3 ults in the game, so I'm leveling up. But you also go to, there's certain abilities that I need to track. Nade is a pretty important ability for me to track and know whether she has it or not because it does somewhat influence my bubbles. But an even more important one is Roadhog hook, and I go like this, and then you start tracking more and more things as you're playing the game and as you level up, and hog hook is one of those pretty darn important things to be tracking when you're playing Zarya. Okay. Um, and the reason I say that is you should have been able to turn, you should have known where that hog was, and you should have been able to turn and bubble that previous hook he did because you had bubble available. Not just the Mei one that we were saying earlier, but even this one in the cleanup phase. You should have known there were less things going on. There were less people you had to track. The fight had devolved. You were in a cleanup phase. You should have been able to instantly pivot and bubble that hook. He didn't get value out of it, but that's something you should have been able to do. Bubble hook is amazing. It's true. And it makes Roadhog very frustrated
Group up here.
if he keeps getting his hooks bubbled.
Ich kümmere mich um dich.
Hi! Hiya! Hi! Hiya!
My ultimate is almost ready.
So again, there should have been a right click as these people broke this plane. It was just going to hit the Reinhardt shield, but there's no reason you can't, wear him down a little, wear down his shield a little as he's pressing in there. Nothing else you're doing at this range, not like you need your ammo for anything else. That bubble makes me sad. Wouldn't it be nice to have bubble here? Would have been nice to have bubble a second ago too, but wouldn't it be nice to have bubble here? I know, you'll get him once it's over. I hope he doesn't go down first. You instantly have to get him though. Instantly. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh boy, that was late. Did your Mei have Blizzard and I missed it? Like the decision to go, I'm going to bubble Mei rather than Reinhardt was wrong. If your Mei had Blizzard and you're like, hey, we've already called it, our winning combination is we're going to Blizzard this team, I totally get it. If you're like, our winning combo is we're going to grab Blizzard, that's going to do it, we're going to get them, it's going to be beautiful, I get it. But that's not what happened. You need to bubble your Reinhardt because that's your Reinhardt's only way he was ever getting out of that. Whereas Mei, Maybe you're not tracking her ice block cooldown, but there's the chance that she has ice block to get out of the purple that's on her, even though her positioning was in the middle of the enemy team. There's no chance that your Ryan has any way to get out of that except your bubble. So he had to get your bubble. Yeah. Come out as D ball. Okay, good.
Initiating match.
6 more minutes. Yeah, I'll do the extra rounds.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's fine.
This will help.
Good. You have personal, you can round this corner. Your team can't really push off of this though. The second set of mines got too much value.
Maximum charge.
I hope your Rhine knows that you don't have bubble for him. It's fine. You not having bubble for him was correct there. You were correct to hook to bubble the hook. But you've got 80 energy now, so this will be a much stronger push from you guys. Don't do that. I was okay with the first one because, hey, it's out the door, you see the projectile coming at you, and there was other stuff coming at you, including the mines from Echo. Fire Strike plus other damage? Fine. Just Fire Strike, not worth. Mines are worth. No, you don't need to bubble that. He's in a lamp, and you're going to want this bubble to push. Okay, they're shooting up and your team's not moving in with you. So if you looked up to see, is there an Echo right here that you can shoot at? I think she's further away, but you should have looked up to check faster than you did. Okay. It's fine. I wish he hadn't done it, but it's fine on your part. I don't like that you weren't already zapping the soldier in the back there. The soldier. The soldier is what you can realistically get. You're not going to get the Mercy. Melt the soldier. It's fine. You can melt the Reinhardt. Melt the duplicate. Why are you reloading with 36? That was another, good half second of beaming, then finish with a right click into that duplicate. Don't bubble until the deflect's over. Don't do it. Don't do it now. Now you can bubble him if you want. You can also grab this, which, I'd strongly recommend. I don't think you guys are safely enough in this to not be immediately grabbing this. Okay, but now you're just grabbing a hog. Okay, fine. No. They weren't looking at your Genji. The hog was looking at you. If the hog's looking at you, bubbling your Genji doesn't do any good unless the Genji is between you and the hog. Good. Keep him surrounded. Keep him surrounded. You could have bubbled the Genji when he got stunned by the Briggs there. That's one of those, A, he's likely to take more damage, B, it cleanses the stun. So please do that.
Let them up.
Love that. Technically you went down with your bubble up there, but it was a close thing. Okay. Unfortunate.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Orisa Zarya, certainly not my favorite tank combination. It's fine, there was more damage behind the Fire Strike. And it was very easy to predict that the barrier was going to break. Why are you... No, this was a right click, not a reload. This was a right click into this group that was advancing on you. You'd potentially be hitting 3 people here. And even if instead you know, were only hitting barriers, that's still value. Like, Briggs very much doesn't like it when her shield is broken. No, we don't just bubble Fire Strikes. That's trouble. You guys just lost your Widow, and now Pharaoh's gonna rule from that side, and they have the crossfire. Yeah, yeah. That's fine. You could have fitted another right click there if we're weaving for max damage, but that's me being picky. I don't think you needed that reload.
Best shot.
Yeah, you just throw the right click. You don't need to reload there. If you throw the right click, it'll force the reload, and you'll get a full right click's value, even though a right click should cost 25 ammo. It's only going to cost 10 there.
Don't go back.
Okay. Why? Why were you so hesitant to shoot at that Reinhardt as he was charging? You can follow that pace. You can zap him the whole way in.
Special attack.
Okay. So your big thing is bubbles. Your big thing has to be bubbles after what we saw there. Work on your bubbles. Remember, bubbles are for use when you see the projectiles incoming or on someone who is already taking damage and you expect to take more. Not someone who was taking damage or got out. Not someone who's full health but you think should be taking damage. They're for someone already taking damage or for someone you see projectiles coming into the overwhelming majority of the time. The rest of your bubbles are protect and ult or clear a status condition, discord, a stun, you know, things like that, etc. Purple. So please, please, please fix your bubbles to be used like that. We could talk about your grabs, but I'm honestly less concerned about your grabs. I am a little more concerned about some of the stuff I was seeing there with your ammo. I don't know if I just missed that earlier in the match. It's totally possible that I did, but I do want you at least to remember, hey, let's just make this a habit of if you have less than 25 ammo in your clip, please just use a right click. If you have less than 25 ammo in your clip, please just use a right click. Even if there's no one there, throw it at a place that a corner an enemy could come around if you're on defense, et cetera, or a corner that could be peeked, you know, if someone wants to come around. Try to make that a bit more habitual until you have a little better understanding of your clip and how that works there. But your big thing is going to be you just cannot have 5-6 bubbles in a row that you don't get value out of. It's really got to be, hey, my bubbles are for when I hope, not I expect, not I think there should be damage incoming, but there is incoming damage going off. Like you really don't understand, I think, how painful it is to not get energy off of 6 bubbles in a row. Your hero is very, very low value if you're not reliably getting 20, 30, 40, you know, 30 to 40 really energy off of each bubble there, you know, canceling a hook with each bubble there, etc., that type of thing. So I hope that helps. If people have questions, go ahead and throw them up. In the meantime, I'm going to do my little outro. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe. That definitely helps me out. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below. And through there, you can see what my rates are. You can connect with other people that are looking at coaching. You can see when I'm streaming. And we've actually got the Recruit a Friend special going on now, where both you and a buddy can get 25% off if you sign up for coaching there. So yeah, those are things that's going on. And what do we have from Kangex? Bubbles should be as late as possible. It also helps bait enemies. Yeah, bubbles should be late. I might object slightly to the as late as possible. I don't want to bubble by Reinhardt with 5 HP. I would like to bubble him with 400 HP. But yes. In general, you do want to know, hey, this is what's going on, etc. Anyway, good stuff. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.